Hello, dear teacher Rosa. How are you doing today? Okay, the purpose of this video is to give you a feedback on the last two classes that I attended. Remember the first one back in April? We found that an important aspect to highlight from that day was that the students were working on producing content in a written way, putting in practice the self-care module presented in the Way to Go book, which allows them to be the center of their learning process, as well as to reflect on how to have healthy habits in a creative way, while at the same time improving their English skills. Remember, they had to do a poster. However, I mentioned the importance of announcing the objective of the class at the beginning as well as the activities they were going to perform and review the objective of them at the end. Also, I mentioned the importance of giving meaningful feedback when correcting the student's task because that will help them identify key aspects for them to improve for the future. And for you, you could like take decisions for the next class when you see they are not completely understanding a topic. So that day we also decided that for the next class that I would observe, we will focus on three areas. First, students' English level. Second, the use of materials. And last but not least important, the formative assessment. So let's begin with the first one, students' English level. At the beginning of the class, you recall what they did the previous one, that was the use of there is and there are, and you announce this in English and they were able to understand what you were asking on the topic, and then you monitor their own understanding by making some specific guided questions, which made them produce content autonomously and about what they were working in the class. I would suggest for next time you could make like a work bank so they can expand their vocabulary. Remember that in a moment they wanted to get to know me and we had like a warm up, an opportunity for them to ask me questions. And they all the time they were saying, teacher, how do you say this? How do you say that? Right? So when we are answering, how do you say this? First, well, we have to encourage them that they make the question in English. And second, when we answer like right away, let's write the question in the board and ask them to write it. For example, at the end of their notebook, like they will have like a word bank, and then you can make some questions about it, like a quiz. Okay, we're going to see how many words have we learned in the past 6 classes, and we're going to make a quiz about them. Yes, it's just an idea. Now, focus area number 2, use of materials. Well, you had them to use their notebook, you use the board, and they use this printed guide that you designed with the other English teacher, which is very nice because they are in color, they use the materials from the suggested curriculum, a lot of activities that you guys took from Way to Go or English Plays in some cases, right? So it's very aligned with our purpose of not only working with them English in general, but working with them these topics that lead them to think or reflect on their health habits or democracy, of globalization, peace, etc. I would suggest you to explore a way like you guys could have tools to foster the listening skill. Maybe since you are the chief of the area, try to escalate this question to the coordination. How can you guys make a project to guarantee that all English teachers get speakers? Yes. Definitely the reading and the listening skills are inputs for them to gain on vocabulary, on pronunciation, on fluency. Yes, because you learn by imitating. Yeah. How did you learn Spanish? Spanish, well, you learned when you were a kid, you're surrounded by your family. Yeah, it's going to be the same. We have to expose our students to listening in English or reading in English. So I think there's a lack of this skill that you could try to see how the school could help you with that. And the last area that we chose was the formative assessment. Here it seems that this time you make more meaningful feedback, which I have to see from the first class. Like you make some specific questions to monitor their understanding. Other thing, well, there wasn't enough time because remember we were in this mock of the simulacro distrital for evacuation. There wasn't enough time, but next time at the end of the class, you could do a self-assessment practice, like give them an exit ticket. How did you feel today? Or like this practice of 2 stars and 1 wish. And 1 wish. 2 stars is like, okay, what did you like from this class? 2 things, mention 2 things you like from this class. What were your favorite things from this class? And I wish, what would you like to explore better next one? Or what you didn't definitely understand, I need to work more. And that will be it, teacher. So thank you so much for receiving me in your class and all your support throughout the project. I'll see you in the next meeting, the last meeting we have on October 20th, next Thursday. Okay, teacher, enjoy your break, recharge, and I will see you. Bye-bye.